Hi guys, and welcome to another hip mobility session. And again, the clue's in the name. We're going to work on opening up the hips today, maybe a little bit into the shoulders as well, but the majority around the hips. Okay, so we're going to get into a deep squat hold again, just to do a bit of a test. So whenever you're ready, I'm going to get you to come down into a deep squat and just hold it. So I'm going to go down and just hold the squat. I'm definitely really tight today. So for example, get my hands in, or the elbows into the side of the thighs. I'm just going to stay there for a short time. I feel that's probably good, like we did it before. This feels quite good. So not too bad today. Just hold it there for a short time. We are going to be coming back to this hold, doing some thoracic stuff, but I just want you to stay here for now. If you need to come out, you can shake it off and then just relax. So we're going to do a crab extension to help open up the hips and get into the shoulders a little bit. So from here, I don't really mind where you place your hands too much as long as it's comfortable. Okay, so we're going to drive the hip up, and as we drive the hip up, the hand comes up, just stretch out, reach up high, squeeze your bum. We're going to come down, getting really slow through this movement, all about smoothness, and then we change hands. You want to spend a second or two in a position that feels good, crack on. I'm going to do this for about 2.5 minutes. We don't need to go quick. Squeeze your bum at the top, squeeze your abs, come back down. And hand can go wherever you like. If it feels good to move over to that side or out more, go for it. You're bound by your own limitations, not mine. Smells good, I think. Mum's plants smelling fresh. So you've got about another 90 seconds. So up we go, squeeze. Really good into my lower back as well. For me personally, again, everybody's different. About 45 seconds to go. Should be getting a little bit easier, right? You have to get the hand out a little bit further, bottom up a little bit higher. Last few now. Last few seconds, and then relax. So we're going to go into a deep squat now. So we're going to be holding this for about 3 minutes. That's a really decent amount of time. So if you need to come out of it at any point, stand up and shake it off, you can, it's cool, and then just come back when you're ready. So we're going to get into a deep squat. Now this one I don't necessarily mind being what's called loaded. I can just hang out here if that feels comfortable. Maybe just get a pillow underneath my bum, maybe even some pillows or some small elevation behind or underneath the heels. So that would help. Maybe bring your feet up if you're quite tight, or bring the heels up if you're quite tight in the hips. So from here, I'm going to grab my ankle or the floor. It doesn't really matter. Touch the floor if you want. Hand goes up, reach to the ceiling. Swap sides. Driving that knee out as well as much as you can. Again, you can hold the ankles if you want, feet flat. really good. Alright, keep that feet flat, hand in the air, reach to the ceiling. I want to try and have the knees tracking around the toes, around with the toes, but not too much for now, as long as we're not feeling any pain inside those joints. So bring that around the knee, to come out of it and readjust those feet. Remember, if you want to come out of it at any point, please do. You've got just over 90 seconds to go. That's a good one. Trying to sit into the feet so feet are really flat. About a minute left, just under. I'm going to move side to side slightly because still staying with this thoracic rotation. Really good for lots of reasons. You probably feel that tightness around the top to mid part of your back. Helps open up the shoulders a little bit. Also gets into the hips. As you can probably tell by now, you've got about 30 seconds to go. Should be getting pretty tough now. Last 20. Should help get into your ankles as well, guys. Not only tightness in the ankles, this will definitely help. Last 10 seconds. Last few. And relax. Just sit down. Oof. There's a couple of things you can do. You can keep your legs down, just shake off like so. You can do some screen wipers. That feels good. So now, next we're going to stay with the hips, obviously we're going to get into the piriformis. So this one can be a tricky one, so you may need to adjust several different ways. All I'm going to do is bring my right foot, right leg should I say, over my left leg. Okay. Now from here, I want to come up and grab any foot you like. It might be easier to grab the right leg a little bit. You can also grab the right one as well. I'm going to come over to your right. Let's take my radio over to your right, and then just bring the hip over and bring the foot down. Come up again. If you want another option is just to tuck it, so it's almost like you're doing it 3 ways. Shoulder up. And again, if you need to, maybe you need to have your knees up higher. If your hips come up off the ground, it's not a big deal. The main area is to feel it inside. Hips, like that. Last couple, we change sides. Awesome, so relax. So try and swap sides. So now left leg over the right. Tuck it in, you can. Coming over to your right side now. Back. So I normally bring my knees up and then go down. Pulsing a little bit there, it just feels really good for me to do that. Less than a minute to go. Really good inside the hips there. Definitely feel it in that lower back a little bit, and definitely tight around there specifically. Last few reps. A little bit aggressive there, went quite quickly. I think when you close your eyes, you can't see and you relax too much. And then just relax and unravel those legs. Whew. Awesome, let's come into a dynamic pigeon. So, get on there quickly. Left foot underneath that right thigh. Okay, you're gonna keep the chest up. So, if I show you from this side, like for me, getting my foot up to about here is really about as far as I can go right now. If you want to have it as close to, let's say, parallel as possible, but your foot being in line with your knee as much as possible. But if this feels good for you, no feeling around, no nastiness around the joint, you're cool. So I'm gonna adjust my foot inside a little bit. Now what I'm gonna do is keep my chest up. I'm gonna move backwards and then twist. So backwards, so knee comes up, down, twist. Loads of different options here. You might do about 6 different hip mobility pigeon stretches, and they'll all do something different. I'm gonna get you to rotate side to side now. Just a little twist in the hips. One more. And we'll swap sides. Oof. Let's get to that right leg underneath that left thigh now. So we're looking to come back, knee comes up, knee goes back down, rotate, rotate, and again. Nearly in towards the end of the session now. I'm going to spend a bit of time in each position. That's also cool. Remember, the more you do these sessions, the more you'll realize which ones really work for you. You can send me in a request with those exercises and I'll put them in a sequence for you and whack it on the app, no problem. So last couple. Do one more. And then we have to test out the deep squat and relax. Again, windscreen wipers as an option, whatever you like. I'm going to go into a deep squat hold to finish. So we did the squat hold at the beginning, and in the middle we did that thoracic squat rotation, which is pretty tough, spending 3 minutes in that deep squat, right? Now we're just going to test it. So I can definitely feel like I'm a little bit deeper. I know that my back isn't necessarily straight here, but it feels a lot looser in the hips. Doesn't feel as uncomfortable. Chest up, knees out. Again, if you want to try and push those knees out further, hands together, push the knees out with the elbows. Again, here you could argue if our spine's not loaded, it doesn't matter if it's rolled or not. You know, obviously we want to be practicing good form all the time, but sometimes this just feels a bit more comfortable and I can get into my hips more. That's my personal opinion anyway. Last 20 seconds. So try and stay loaded if you can. Let's get into that good position. This should be pretty tough. Last 15 seconds. 5, 4, 2, 1, and relax. Whew. All right, shake it off a little bit. Great job, guys. So Don't forget to join the Facebook community below, and you can upload your own content and I can have a look at it and give you any critique you might need. You can also chat with like-minded people, and there's loads of exclusive content on there. Don't forget to join our Instagram and Facebook pages and all whatever the kids are doing these days. I really can't do that bit. I'll get better at that. Stevie, out.